And we are live. Welcome to the 2017 Dugout Blues Draft live stream 7 ultimate awesomeness. No one is here yet. I should probably tweet out the link. But we are live.
I can promote it as well.
Yeah, maybe you should, bro. Contribute. Oh, actually, it sent out a thing automatically.
Oy.
So as you can tell, we are over-prepared as usual. We have one viewer. Welcome to the first viewer. They're trickling in. They're matriculating. It's taking forever.
Mm-hmm.
The draft is going to take forever.
Forever. I mean, it was what? 40 minutes for the first 3 picks. I know they had the introductory stuff, so that's partially why, but still, it's really
I think it was 45 minutes for the first 5 picks.
Yeah.
Which seems extreme. We now have 7 people watching. I'm going to type something in chat. Hello, everyone. Ask questions here. There. I like how I have a little crown next to my name too. That makes me feel good about myself. So let's start talking about the draft, shall we? The first pick was a surprise.
Was a surprise?
Wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, considering we didn't hear Royce Lewis's name until today, being mentioned as a 1-1 guy. The way the draft is constructed now with the signing bonuses and pools and everything, there's always going to be trying to get the most value out of these picks. And it's happened ever since 2012 when the Astros took Carlos Correa, which was a little bit of a surprise. And now it looks like a genius pick. But they got him for cheaper than the slot value, and they were able to get length of colors with their second pick. And so the Twins are trying to maximize their value, their draft pool, because they have a few high picks.
Yeah, I mean, no one really saw. Lewis was kind of a consensus top 5 guy.
Yeah, it's not like he was a 15th ranked prospect or anything. He was really good, and there's not really many guys that separate themselves from each other in this draft class, but it was still a little surprising.
Yeah, I mean, as I was saying, he was like kind of a top 5 guy, and it was kind of similar to last year when Mickey Moniak, however the hell you say his name, he went number 1 overall, and he was seen more as kind of the solid but not top of the draft type of guy. And then the Phillies ended up getting, who else? Kevin Gowdy, who was a guy that Steve Fiorindo really liked. It seems like it's kind of that type of situation for Minnesota. They have 2 more picks that are pretty high, actually. They have, I think, 35 and 37. So they have 1 more pick tonight, and then the first pick. 2 more picks tonight.
37 is their second rounder.
Right.
Okay.
So, that was a bit of a surprise. And then basically the top 5 players still went in the top 5, just in a different order than everyone had imagined. I think Hunter Green had been connected to the Reds for a while, and I actually took him. I was the Reds GM in the minor league ball community mock draft. I took Hunter Green 2nd overall. So I am a genius.
Do you think the Twins should have rolled the dice with him at number 1?
I mean, a little closer to your mic.
I know it's kind of hard to tell right now because we don't know who they're going to take in their next 2 picks. But would you have rolled the dice on Green and then whoever else is available rather than whatever they've got in mind right now?
Do you mean the Twins?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the slot for the first overall pick is like $7.7 million. Mm-hmm. That's a ridiculous amount of money, and no one in this class is going to get that much. I mean, Green obviously, wants to get as close to that as possible, but if the Twins really, if the Twins take him, it's kind of like the situation with Buster Posey in 2008, because in 2008, the Posey's agent said, we want like $12 million. And this was before the, slot restrictions and the bonus pools and all that kind of stuff. So you could sign guys for however much they wanted. And he was like, it was like 10 or $12 million, something really high. And the Rays passed on him because of that. And then the Giants took him and said, we're going to give you $6 million. And it's like, can you really, expect a guy like that to pass up several $1 million? I mean, that's life-changing money. Unless you're, a guy like Daz Cameron, who went a few years ago, the son of a major leaguer, and money is not an issue. I think you definitely have to pay attention to, calling guys bluffs and just, they're playing the game and whatever, sign with us. We'll give you a ton of money. You're a good player. We need good players. I think there's a little too much gamesmanship in the game, in the draft right now.
Yeah, sometimes there is, and we'll see how it works out for the Twins. But somebody's got to break the streak of no prep righty going 1-1. If Hunter Green's not going to do it, it's going to be a little while probably before another guy anywhere close to that good comes along to maybe break that. Well, there have only been 3 high school pitchers go 1-1.
Yeah, I agree with that. Although I think the top guy next year is also a high school right-handed pitcher. So, yeah, there's a chance that we'll be having the same debate next year.
Yeah.
Let's see. Loon Cams asks, who are you guys hoping makes it to 23 as of now? Well, actually, we can post our pref lists in the chat. I think that would probably be helpful. So I'll post mine. I'm really looking for. I think I'm kind of resigned myself to Bubba Thompson, and that's not to say that I'm disappointed, but I really liked Hira. I really liked Adele. I really liked Thompson too, but I was just hoping that one of those two would fall, because Adele was the first guy I noticed in the draft. I mean, this was last year when I was, already looking at 2017 prospects. And then here was a guy who kind of popped up later in the spring who I just really fell in love with his swing and his offensive potential. But they both went in the top 10 as I knew they could. And then Austin Beck also won the top 10. So
right.
Maybe I was a little too aggressive there. Who are you looking for?
I think you're a little too wishful there, especially with a guy like Beck. But it's fine to be wishful. I had Adele at 3. Right now, my top 2 guys are still there, and Heliot Ramos and David Peterson, Puerto Rican outfielder and Oregon left-handed pitcher. After that, it's Logan Warmoth, Evan White, and as you mentioned just before, Bubba Thompson.
Bubba, yeah. See, because I wanted to sing "I Can Be Your Hero, Baby," and now I can't do that.
Well, that's good. That's a good thing, believe it or not.
Everyone here, Hira, has been deprived of that. I'm so good at this.
Well, you could go to a Brewers podcast and do it if you want.
How dare. ITGWDS asks, where will Ramos go? That's more for you, Dustin. You're the Ramos guy.
I think I think Eric Longenhagen in his final mock had him going 13 to the Marlins. That obviously didn't happen. I've heard him tied to the Orioles actually quite a bit. If he makes it past the Orioles and the Dodgers don't take him, he might fall toward the back end of the first round. Is big risk, big potential. True boom or bust prospect.
Yeah, a lot of guys like that, especially guys who should be available at 23. I think, Bubba, Ramos, basically all of those high school outfielders kind of fit that profile. Hong Kong Dodger fan says, I remember how disappointed Jared and Dustin were when the Dodgers drafted Walker Buehler in 2015. Tell me why we are listening to them again. You are gluttons for punishment. That is the only logical reason. All of you are masochists for doing it yourself.
And I myself am, so folks are taking after me.
There you go. So the Yankees just made their pick, Clark Schmidt, who's a guy who had been connected to the Dodgers as a guy who I believe has already had Tommy John surgery. And
Yeah,
since
he
the
just
Dodgers
had
took
it.
him,
Right?
huh?
He just had it recently, right?
Yeah, I believe he had it within the last month. And with the Dodgers connection, obviously being Walker Buehler, hey, they took this guy who had Tommy John. They might as well take another guy. He had been connected to them a little bit, but now he's off the board. So wasn't on my list. I think I considered him on my list. I considered writing him up, but yeah, I just decided, yeah, I don't think the Dodgers are going to go that route again. Let's see. Loon Cams asks, you leave Kendall off your list because of K concerns, or you didn't think he'd be there? Little both. I think he'll probably still go before the Dodgers pick, but yeah, I'm just not a fan of the swing. I think the swing is going to be, have to be completely overhauled once he signs, and I don't want to deal with that. So,
well, good thing you don't have to deal with it.
Well, don't I, Dustin?
I left him off my list because I didn't think he'd make it there, and we didn't start hearing that until at earliest was Friday, and a lot more today that he might be there. And as of pick 17, he's still there.
And also because you're racist. Let's see. Greg says hate watching at its best. That's our entire modus operandi is getting people to hate watch. We're like the Bachelor of podcasts, I think. Greg asks, if Bubba gets picked by the Dodgers, where would he rank? Top 10, top 20? He'd probably be around the top 10. I think probably the early teens, maybe. And that's more of a comment on how deep the Dodgers farm system is. But I mean, he would be one of their better hitting prospects, not in the Verdugo Calhoun class, but yeah, behind that, like with guys like Will Smith or Yusniel Diaz, maybe. And he's got a ton of potential, but there are some red flags, and he's going to have to prove that he can hit advanced pitching.
Yeah,
which is still a question.
Yeah, he'd probably rank in the after the top 10, so in the 11-15 range, probably for me.
Yeah. The draft is taking forever. Seattle's on the clock, so the Dodgers are up in 8 picks. Math? 7 picks? 7. Let's go with 7.
Sure. I really hope Seattle doesn't take David Peterson here. I get the feeling they might, though.
He's been connected. I mean, it's kind of a gimme because he's a quote unquote local guy, and yeah, I
didn't realize Oregon was local to Seattle, but whatever.
Well, it is because there's not a lot of baseball in the Northwest.
Well, that'd be like saying a local guy from Nevada is connected to Los Angeles. I mean, come on.
Well, if it's like Vegas, then that's pretty local.
Yeah.
What? Don't be geographicist. That's a word, right? All I really want to do, Alec calls me the math star. Thank you.
The math
Oh, God. Brim, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I'm not on the YouTube thing. I need to pull that.
He's going to spoil the pick just to spite me.
Don't do that, Daniel.
Oh, Seattle takes Evan White, one of Dustin's faves.
And sons of a
and here Dustin's soul just fade away just a tiny bit.
That's all right. He was number 5 on my list.
Yeah. I don't know.
They've been connected to Berger a lot, and he went surprisingly high at 11.
Yeah, Berger was a huge surprise.
Yeah, I guess they went with the next college guy on their college hitter on their board.
Yeah. White's an interesting dude. Look at him. He's skinny. Some room to fill out into some power.
Yeah.
He's a really good defensive first baseman. AJ Pollock?
What? There's some of these comps, man.
Well, as we all know, Mackenzie Gore is the next Clayton Kershaw.
Well, yeah. So was Ian Clark, and so was Max Fried, and so was, or Fried, or I don't know how to say his last name. You know, there's always any prep lefty taking the first round is the next Clayton Kershaw.
Yep. Alec asks over under Dodgers pick at 645.
Oh, under.
What, like Eastern time? No, Chad time. Let's see. Greg is talking to Daniel. ITG, you gotta give me less letters here, pal. ITG says Yasiel Puig was making fun of Cody Bellinger for eating cotton candy on Snapchat. So this turned into an opportunity for journalists to turn this into hashtag Bullygate. This or literally anything else.
I don't think Plashke knows what Snapchat is, so if we just keep it quiet, everything should be okay.
Snapchat. Brandon asks, how long ago did you mute Passon? He's breaking everything early. I literally muted him before the draft started.
I just haven't been looking at Twitter much until the pick is called, because I don't like to be spoiled either.
Brim comments, the Los Angeles 51s of Las Vegas. They used to have a farm team in Vegas. Bet you didn't know that, Bram. Greg has a question for me. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed the question because we were talking. What's been the surprise pick so far? Probably Lewis. Like, no one had him going number one until literally about an hour before the draft.
Frankie Pillier tweeted this morning that it was down to Lewis and K.
Oh, did he?
Like about, I don't know, 11 this morning around that time.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's not like it happened in the last hour or something.
Well, I mean, no, because people were BA gave them Lewis, and then Law said that he was going number one. So it was a rumor, but then it was like all of a sudden, oh, it's actually going to happen. Because a lot of times there will be late like rumors or and again, it's all agents trying to screw with teams trying to screw with agents, and yeah. But that was definitely a surprise, and I'd say Berger going as high as he did is a surprise.
Yeah, that was my surprise. I was as surprised. It looks like you said Lewis is a top 5 ranked prospect in this draft, and it wasn't terribly surprising that he went as high as he did. Not as much as Berger, I'd say.
Yeah, it was a huge surprise. Shut up, Dustin. ITG says, "Ask Dustin how to say my name. We are close friends." That's a trick question. Dustin doesn't have any close friends.
Well, I have 1, 2 maybe.
Well, and I'm flattered, but go ahead.
His name's Roy, and neither of them are you. Okay, all right. Roy. Just call him Roy.
Roy,
like Patrick Roy.
Roy.
Yes.
I'm gonna call him Roy. Wah. I'll call him Patrick Wah.
Oh, God.
Daniel, you did not know that. You were lying. Ethan asks Dustin, why do you value Ramos more than Thompson on your big board?
I like the power. I mean, you guys should know this by now. I'm drawn to power. That's why Adele was as high on my board as he was. The first video I saw of Ramos when I started, researching these guys, I was enamored with what I saw, and I'm trying not to say I fell in love with a high school kid because that could get me in some trouble.
Illegal.
But, the ball coming off his bat just makes a different sound than some of the other guys I looked at, and I can see a lot. There's a ton of risk there, probably more than with Thompson, but I think the upside's even higher.
The sound it makes is like an old timey car horn, like "Awooga." ITG says he's fine with Roy. Is it Roy or Wah?
It's Roy.
Should I francophone it?
His avatar on Dodgers Digest comments is Roy from The Simpsons.
There's a guy named Roy on The Simpsons?
Oh, my God. I hate you so much.
I haven't watched The Simpsons in a long time. I'm going to be honest with all 66 of you.
It's from back in the day.
Well, that was back when you were like middle-aged. I don't remember back that far. I was just a kid. Dustin was back in his early 30s. Any other questions? Ask us questions. For Brandon, thank you. Who do you think reaches the bigs first from this draft? Any team? Definitely someone from any team. Pavin Smith, the D-backs pick, he's probably going to move fast. I would say Hira, but he's got to fix his elbow first. Who do you think, Dustin? Or don't answer. Greg, give us.
I was hearing like one of these windows that got open has an advertisement playing, so it was kind of messing with me. I just don't know which one it is. It'll probably be a guy not drafted yet. It'll probably be like a fast track reliever or something like that.
How dare you? Greg wants us to give them a 2-minute movie review of The Mummy. It stars Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz, and
Not
it
that
is
one.
awesome. And you should definitely watch it. Super
Not that
great.
one. It's talking about
I didn't see oh, nice. Oh man, we were at a nice viewership, and now we are at a not nice viewership.
Oh, shut up.
2 people need to leave.
No. God.
Oh, 3 people left.
Yes.
One person needs to join. Come on, I believe in you guys. No one leave. Except if 2 people come, then one of you needs to leave. See, this is why we didn't start the stupid thing an hour ago, because we would be talking about stuff like this for another hour. Oh,
Yeah.
someone else left. I'm so offended right now. Let's see. Eric asks, speaking of the MLB draft, which I barely follow compared to you guys, how's Gavin Lux looking? Blonde. Little
He's looking like a high school in his first full season in full season ball.
Midwestern kid. Solidly put together.
Yeah, not great, but it's hard to draw a definitive conclusion off of what he's done in his
All right. I mean, he's
first half of the season.
19 playing in the Midwest League. He's not going to be crushing the ball. Although Kyber Ruiz is hitting pretty well. Tigers take Fido.
Oh, good.
Didn't
like him at all. That seems like such a Detroit pick too.
Kind of, I guess.
Thinking back to Jonathan Crawford.
Yeah, Lux is hitting 229, 324, 312. Although he's 2 for 3 today. He's struggling against lefties.
Changed my opinion about him.
There you go.
Because he has 2 hits today.
He's 2 hits today. So now he is batting 238. There.
Oh man, that delivery is bad.
Yeah, I do not like. He was talked about as a potential 1-1 guy, and I never bought that.
He's got good frame though.
Yeah. Winston says the Phillies drafted Adam Hazley from the University of Virginia. He any good? He's pretty good.
The guy who came to mind when I saw him was Adam Eaton.
Adam Eaton?
Yeah.
Eaton Adam? I guess. I think he's a little bigger than Eaton.
I mean, maybe not by much.
Yeah. Eaton looks like a munchkin.
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't have taken. I mean, just wasn't overly impressed with what I saw. I don't think I would have ranked him very highly if the Dodgers had a higher pick, but to each his own.
Let's see. Nicholas says, really want Peterson. Chances he falls to 23. Decent. I mean, there's only 4 more picks until the Dodgers pick. Oh, wow. There's only 4 more picks till the Dodgers pick.
Well, let me say, a source close to the source said the Dodgers really like Peterson, but the source of the source of the source said he'd be surprised if he made it past the Giants, which
and the Giants are on the clock.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen? We'll never know until they pick, which will be in like 3 hours, because for some reason they have MLB Network is trolling all of us. They have a clock ticking down. They just pay 0 attention to it. It's like, oh, okay, the clock's at 0. Let's go like show 8 hours of commercials. Terrible. Let's see. Alex says, what Kaka pick will the Giants make next?
Really? You're editing?
We got to keep this. We're gonna get flagged and demonetized.
Yeah.
You imagine us getting paid for this? Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
They've been tied to Peterson, Warmoth, and some other guys I'm sure I'm forgetting, but those are the two I remember. Oh, and Evan White, but he's off the board now. So, you know what? I don't know. I don't know Brian Sabian's really draft style. He kind of goes all about, like, sometimes he'll be a college hitter, sometimes you'll get a prep pitcher. It just really depends who's available. And, you know, there's some guys falling. You know, there's some good talent still on board.
Warmoth seems like the quintessential Giants pick. Like, he seems just like, you know, polished, kind of lower upside, higher floor hitter.
Yeah.
You
know, not a ton of power, but a
right.
little gap power guy.
Eric asks, any reports on Lux's D? He was supposed to be plus, right? No, not plus.
I mean, that's his ceiling, like being a 67 defender. I mean, that's a ways off, obviously.
Yeah. He's okay. I mean, he's got, you know, he's good enough to stick there. I think there's some room for improvement, but yeah, it's hard to judge these guys at like 19 on defense, especially when you're not watching them like every day. And plus, he's playing. They have like 3 guys who can play shortstop there, so it's not. It's more difficult to get a feel on him because he's not playing every day. Let's see. Rooker would be such a Giants pick. I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, that would be. It's kind of similar to Chris Shaw, who they took a few years ago. So I don't know if they're going to go with him.
Maybe. Best name in the current MLB draft. Oh, I don't know. There's some weird ones. I mean, special, like unique
Jeter Downs.
Jeter Downs.
That's the name. But
Cheats.
Oh, you can't put links in here. Baseball Prospectus did a whole article called "Mocking the Draft," and it's a mock draft of the best names in the draft. If you want to
put it in the YouTube chat, you can put it in there.
That's what I did. It says, "Oops, remove any web address and try again."
God, you are the worst.
Yeah, it's my fault.
Yeah, obviously. Let's see. Baseball Prospectus mocking the draft. Is that what you said?
Yes, that's what I said. Thanks for listening.
Huh? What was that? Copy. Pasty. Cindy. Oh, look. It worked.
Stupid crown.
Here comes the Giants pick.
You're ahead of me, so you're going to announce it.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Oh?
Did you see that?
Ah, you son of a God.
No.
Jesus. Not cool, man. That is... Mm-mm.
Now you know what I was thinking when hero number 9. I'm going to use that sound clip of Dustin screaming no, just intermittently through every podcast.
No, you won't.
I will. Well, no,
we don't have a soundboard. We should try to do that, though.
Well, I'm getting a new microphone. So, yeah, I'm getting a new mic that was supposed to ship today, and it didn't. Thanks, Amazon.
Why don't you just get Prime, you cheap bastard?
I got it. I got a free trial afterwards, but I can't apply it to that shipping thing. So
2017, and you don't have Amazon Prime.
I don't order like a ton of stuff online, man. I like to go into the. Actually, I don't. I just don't order a lot of stuff. I don't need a lot of stuff. I'm kind of like a Quaker.
You call me old.
You're super old.
I
do call you old, and that is true because you are old.
I am mad. I am mad online about this.
You are mad on stream. Streaming at Mad School. Roy, you can just send us a check. Actually, send us Bitcoin. I think, yeah, we take Bitcoins and the coins from John Wick. We should start a Patreon and only take the coins from John Wick.
I don't know what that is. I've never seen it. So,
well, the first one, like, I'm going to throw a spoiler alert out there because I was very upset by this. They kill a puppy.
Yeah, see, that's Basically, why I haven't seen it.
Yeah, that made me very, very angry when I saw the first one. I watched the second one, no dead puppies, believe it or not, and it was very good. Like you can spoil, like I hate spoilers for like movies, TV shows. I had to block like a national writer because she tweeted out uh, Game of Thrones spoilers. I absolutely hate spoilers, but if there is like one like abused animal, I need to know about that. I absolutely need to know about. You can kill all the people
I don't.
you want.
Yeah,
It's like just like rows and rows of people. That's fine. I'll watch Game of Thrones. They kill
think-
tons of people.
I think there's a meme out there that says you can kill all the people you want, but don't kill the goddamn dire wolves.
Yeah. And of course, in the like what third episode, they kill one of the goddamn direwolves.
Wow, way to spoil it for people.
Well, yeah, it's only been out for like 10 years. And it's ending. It's this season, next season, that's it. 13 more episodes.
Yeah, but then there's gonna be a bunch of spin-offs. So
that's true.
still get
if they do a Braun spinoff, I will watch that religiously.
oh what?
I want a Braun spinoff. And they can call it Winter is Brawning now.
Ryan Braun?
Huh? Yeah, Ryan Braun. Game of Bronze. All you have to do is kill an animal in America once World War III. Yeah, basically. And rightfully so.
Hell yeah.
Yvonne says Dustin's pain was felt in the DR. You are crossing barriers, brah. Joe Lancelotti? That is not a real name. Like a greasy Italian knight in shining armor? Wow.
Oh.
That is so racist, I expect Dustin to say it.
Yeah, me. What's that lovely little name you have for Italian people that you say is not a racial slur, even though it really is?
What?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Whoa. I don't know what you're talking about, so let's not
start
start
with a W.
Huh?
No. I'll tell you offline because I don't want you to get thousands of hate letters from our 60 some odd here.
I'm not Bill Maher, okay?
Good Lord.
Bryce Harper go boom. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's good at baseball.
Mm-hmm.
He's very good at baseball.
This is, oh boy. I think I need glasses. Clixes? Remember when we took Lux over Delvin Perez? I do.
Yeah,
Not thrilled about it.
Not happy about that.
Let's see. Next one, Merle Docs, my fans for the win. Hello, Dustin and Chad. Wow. Wow.
That's amazing.
That is hurtful for both me and him. If all three of Thompson, Warmoth, and Kendall are there, who would you select? I would take Thompson.
Go Kendall, Warmoth, Thompson.
Racist. Let's see. Greg says we need more movie reviews. Well, maybe since I'm getting like a super pro mic, I'll start doing movie reviews.
Todd Zeal. A blast from
Oh, and there goes David Peterson.
Nah. God damn it.
Dustin is currently looking for a table to flip.
Oh, the heaviest of sighs.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
I guess I shouldn't be too upset because I really didn't expect him to make it to 23. But, when you get to 20 and your pick's at 23, it hurts a little more. It's like when a team comes back in the ninth inning to get within 1 or 2 and then just totally crap out after they've been down by 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're bad, dude.
Yeah,
you're bad.
It's all your fault.
All
your fault.
Mm-hmm. Meet the Mets. Beat the Mets.
They picked Justin Dunn last season, which I thought was a really good pick for them. So
yeah.
So
they've taken 2 guys that you like.
Guys are going to be kind of on the quick track too. They got they've got their starting rotation. They're going to have guys hitting arbitration, getting new contracts, and their financial situation is not great, so maybe they are kind of planning for the future of maybe they have to move a guy or two.
Maybe. Loon Cams, do you think Kendall can be plus in center field? I think he already is.
Yeah,
He's a very good defensive center fielder. He's fast. He's got a good arm. He can hit for a little bit of power.
Yeah.
But yeah, the major issue is just making contact. And there are doubts about how well he can do that.
Yeah, maybe not as much as Adele, but I think signability is also a factor here. I think he may have floated out a big number.
Whatever. Yeah, and the Dodgers actually have Heliot Ramos's brother. I don't know if you guys know that. You should, because we talked about it on the podcast. You all listened to it today, right? Because the new one came out today, right? And just a reminder, we are only doing the first rounder. We are not going for the rest of the night.
Oh no, we couldn't do that. We wouldn't do that to anybody.
Yeah, so we're gonna podcast through the first rounder, then we're gonna end the stream and write up whomever it is. Please don't spoil the pick in the chat too. I don't like that. I'm actually gonna turn or like just not close the chat, but I'm not gonna be looking at it when the Dodgers.
Is somebody doing that, or are you just preemptively saying that?
No one's done it, but someone did it a couple of years ago with Bueller. I don't know who it was, but they've been taken care of, if you know what I mean. But yeah, like I can actually probably. No, I don't think I can. I can give people moderator powers. No. I have the power.
Fine. Nobody's gonna douche us like that.
Let's see. So it is Baltimore's turn. I think they've been connected with Warmoth.
And Tanner Houck, I saw.
Yeah.
Just basically look at the top college guys available, and that's probably who they're connected with.
Yeah. Let's see. So that should give him a relatively decent floor as a big leaguer then.
Jeffrey Hammonds, there's a blast from the past.
Wow. Hang on, I'll answer the question after the pick. Oh, they took a left-handed high school pitcher.
Wow.
D-Hill Hall. That's a bit of a surprise. So Kendall's floor should be decent. Yeah, I mean, he should be able to play defensive center field in the big leagues. The question is just, is he going to hit?
That's the thing. I mean, that's the biggest. That seems to be. We talked about it on last episode. A lot of these athletic guys, they've got some power. They got speed. They've got good defense. They've got a lot of questions about their hit tool. Seems to be kind of a running theme this year.
Isn't it? Or there's a podcast version of the show. Yeah, I'll post it as a podcast probably tomorrow. I think I have to remember how to download the file and convert it. I did it last year. I'll figure it out. From Kolkswith, isn't it obvious we're taking Bubba? Yeah, it's always obvious up until the point that the pick is made. Like, it was obvious that the Twins were going to take, Brendan McKay or Kyle Wright or whoever. So, Hall and Gore, like the same person. Sure. I like Hall. Hall kind of stood out at the perfect game. And Gore's got a really weird delivery. He kind of crumples down on that back leg.
Yeah,
costs a lot of plane.
It's a little weird, but I don't know. Hall's not as physically impressive as I thought he might be. I don't know if he's going to grow anymore, but maybe it's my bias against shorter pitchers on some level at least. But I guess it's kind of contradictory because I like Jordan Sheffield, but yeah, I mean, good value for the Orioles, definitely.
Yeah, let's just hope they don't blow them out like they do, like with all of their other picks. Greg, you'll send me the link. Oh, to convert it. Okay, thank you. Okay, Jonathan. Greg is our tech support guy. What?
What were you going to say?
I was going to read the next question.
Okay, go ahead.
Jonathan asks, what about Pearson? Nate Pearson wasn't expected to drop this far. No, I think he was. I think there was some late buzz around him potentially going higher because he hit 101 in a bullpen session fairly recently.
It was probably a month ago or so.
Yeah, I think it was in May. So he hit 101, and he's like a huge dude, and so 101, huge dude, got to go in the first round
at all.
From Hong Kong Dodger fan, why hasn't anyone mentioned that the Pirates are beating the Rockies 5-1 top of the 7th inning? Because the draft is happening, and also that's good.
Who cares about current MLB stuff? We're talking about future MLB stuff,
right? Yeah, don't blow this, buckos.
All right, so the pick is in for Toronto. They're on commercial right now, but so what are we looking at here? Are we looking at Thompson? We're looking at.
Well, someone just said looks like Warmoth is going to the Jays. After I've asked people not to freaking spoil the picks, guys. One request. I have one request.
You have one job. Picks. We're in the minority when it comes to that. I get it, but it's just it kind of takes the fun out of it.
Imagine you're at a baseball game and there's someone sitting next to you telling you everything that's about to happen before it does. It's the same thing. It's not rational. It's not logical. I know that knowing the pick beforehand doesn't change it, but it changes my experience of it. And I know I sound childish for saying that, but it's true. I embrace my childishness. Hong Kong Dodger fan, are you all Dodger fans or just fans of the draft? Yeah, I don't think we have any non-Dodger fans listening.
Probably. I mean, I have some followers who are not Dodger fans, but I mean, maybe, well, we got 89 people, 87 watching right now. Maybe one or two, but good chance that all of them are Dodger fans.
All right. Oh, no, wait. That's not the right link. I'm posting the link to the thing. And I am not looking at chat anymore because I don't want to chance it.
Well, we can answer questions after the Dodgers pick.
Yeah.
All right. So my 1 through 3 are gone. And if this Warmoth thing is true, that means my 1 through 5 are gone, which would mean Thompson is the top guy on my board.
Thompson is also the top guy on my board.
Yeah, but that's not factoring in Kendall, who I would rank ahead of Thompson, who until this morning didn't think there was a chance he'd make it to 23. So
you would take Kendall.
I would take Kendall.
I would take Thompson. Griffin Canning is on the board, but
yeah, I mean, I had him at 4 on my last board before today, and I dropped him down to 12 because of the injury concerns.
Yeah, so here comes the Blue Jays pick.
And Eric Longenhagen did a thing. I think it was Longenhagen, maybe it was Chris Mitchell. I can't recall.
And they pop Warmoth.
Yeah, okay. They did a looking at in the top 50 prospects, the usage rate of college starters. And far and away, Canning had the highest usage rate of any pitcher available in their top. I mean, I don't know if that's good or bad, but it was pretty wide disparity.
Oh, I think that's bad.
I mean, you build up his endurance and stamina, I guess. But yeah, talking about the 115 plus pitch outings, it's he's been ridden pretty hard at UCLA, and that's probably why the whole thing about his medicals kind of leaked out.
Right. Well, I mean, to be fair, they didn't. What's interesting is it was just his medicals are out, and they found stuff in his shoulder and elbow. And we talked about this on the podcast. Like if you did an MRI of any pro or college or probably most high school pitchers who actually pitch a lot, if you did an MRI of any of their arms, you'd probably find stuff. Like, and that's it's one reason why some prospects don't submit to testing prior to the draft, because they know that stuff's going to be found. But yeah, and it's a way for teams to try to gain leverage, and yeah, it's disappointing. and especially with Canning, a guy who I like and who has been ridden hard. It's pretty disappointing. But it could be good for UCLA if he decides to go back for a senior season.
Well, I don't think he's going to fall that far. That's the thing. I mean, he projected maybe as high as the mid first round, 15 to 20 range. But I think he's not going to make it too far out of at least the end of the first or end of the supplemental. Some team will take a chance on him.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's going to go back to school at this rate.
Now, are you watching the draft on TV or are you streaming it?
I have it on TV, and I'm pulling it up on my computer just in case they take Bubba Thompson, and I can get a screen cap of him because he's at the draft.
There you go. Do you want to announce the pick, or should I? Because I think for some reason I think I'm ahead of you because I saw the Ramos pick before you.
Yeah, you're just like a couple seconds ahead. That's fine. It's no big deal.
Well, but I don't want to ruin it for you.
It's fine.
I'm going to mute my mic and let you do it because I did it last year.
I don't even remember, to tell you the truth.
Well, I listened to it this morning.
Really?
See how nice I am? See how kind I am?
Did you really?
Or
are you just making that up?
Making what up?
That you listened to it this morning.
I didn't listen to the whole thing. I just listened to the Dodgers pick.
What a swell fella.
Aren't I? See how nice I am?
For me on my...
Oh, the pick is in. And there's all the Dodgers guys, none of whom I recognize. They're watching a George Clooney Nespresso commercial.
Are they watching they're watching the basketball game, maybe? Isn't the basketball game on?
No. It looked like they had...
I mean, it was on commercial.
No. All right, here it comes. I'm muting my mic. Announce it, Dustin.
The Los Angeles Dodgers. Let's see, he's talking. Mr. Manfred is talking. And the Dodgers have selected Jiren Kendall from Vanderbilt, outfielder.
Are you happy?
That'll work.
Are you?
I mean, it's a pretty nice consolation prize, I'd say. If I had ranked him in my on my big board, I probably would have put him no lower than 4.
I mean, the value is definitely there. Like, you can't argue against the value of taking a guy who up until about a month or two ago was seen as, or not a month or two, probably 3 or 4 months ago, was seen as the #1 player in the draft. I mean, this Kendall was the early favorite to go #1 overall. So, and yeah, I mean, the Dodgers have taken guys or acquired guys and tried to fix their swings. I mean, that happened with, Drew Jackson as just one example.
Chris Taylor
at the major league level.
And
Justin Turner. No.
Yeah. And the Dodgers, they got a little Vandy pipeline going on here now.
They very much do. I mean, yeah, they took that's 3 straight drafts in which they've taken a Vanderbilt player in the first round. If you count the supplemental pick of Sheffield as the first round.
And not your first pick, but first round pick for sure.
Right.
Now they're throwing a Jacoby Ellsbury comp on him, looks like.
I think he was pretty good in 2011.
Who ironically was drafted at number 23 overall in his draft.
Yeah, that's very true. Okay, so there you have it. Dodgers take Jiren Kendall, not Jared. He spelled his name incorrectly.
Oh, God. Dan O'Dowd's got a 40 on his hit. 60 on his power.
Yeah. Player comp Jock Peterson.
Okay. Let's
he's a 70 runner.
Yeah, Jock's not a 70 runner, Jock's not a 70 fielder. Never has been, never was.
All right. Okay, let's go back and read.
See how we tried to spoil
how much crap did we miss? Washington Dodgers will pick a player no one has heard of, save money for later. Well, not really.
Please, they're going to have to pay a little bit for this one, I think.
David Hood as True Blue LA's top prospect guy had Kendall as his number 3 player in the draft.
Overall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we were going back and forth, me and him this morning about that when the Kendall rumor kind of
I like the last 2 comments. Jock Peterson comp seems legit, followed by these player comps are ridiculous.
Gotta hear both sides.
Both sides. Alec, did you hear how Manfred pronounced UC Irvine? Sure did.
UC Irvin?
Irvin Magic Johnson, baby.
UC Michael Irvin?
Michael Irvin. Will the Dodgers call up Kendall for the Cleveland series? Absolutely.
Totes. He's going to start in center field tomorrow.
Totes my goats.
They're going to sign him tonight.
Any
draft is even done.
Exactly. Any last questions you want to get in? Send them real quick, and we will try to answer them, and then we'll have to get off to write our reviews.
I know it's a little hard to predict right now, but any guys you're looking at for the second round who might realistically be there?
My guy is Mason House, and I don't know if they're going to take a high school outfielder after they just took a college outfielder. I don't know about that, but yeah, Mason House is my guy for the second, third, fourth round, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Especially if they have, they're probably going to have to pay a little over slot.
Yeah.
To turn pro, meaning they probably won't be able to pop a prep arm with their second pick. Although look, last year, and granted they did have more money because they had 3 first-round picks, but they did give Dustin May $1 million as a third-round prep pitcher. So, there's some prep guys out there. Like guy like from Arkansas is Blaine Knight. Got to keep an eye on. We'll see. Whoever they get, it's going to be a solid player. It's not going to be. Look, they got Mitch White last year in the second round.
So yeah, expect Mitch White, who Dustin will turn around and trade for Brad Hand.
If they got 2 Mitch Whites, you can afford to trade one. Then come on, my logic is flawless.
That's racist.
And I said I wouldn't totally shut the door on it because Brad Hand is really good.
Racist. All right. So yeah, we are going to sign off and write our reviews of that pick. Thank you all for listening. We really appreciate it. We love talking to you guys. And check out dugoutblues.libsyn.com tomorrow for a recording of this live stream. It should be up there if you want, or you can just watch it on YouTube. Again, watch. We didn't put the broadcast on the screen because for some reason it comes in just terribly choppy and broken. So
it's a copyright thing too.
And copyrights. And that's why you're looking at the Dugout Blues logo for an hour.
Sorry.
All right. Say goodbye, Dustin.
Goodbye, Dustin.
Thank you all for listening. We will talk to you next week.